As a fun way to try new things, we are taking part in Kari Gibson's art weekly prompts. The prompts for a spread can be found in the description below. Welcome and hello.
This is Patricia, the P.
And I am Mariah, the M. Together we are
PM Artist Studio.
And this is our channel. Please take a moment, and if you are new, subscribe and ring the bell. Now let's get started. Okay, so there are the prompts written out that Kari had done over on her channel. She rolls dice, and she has a very cool way of figuring out these different things. So if you want to head over there after this one, that would be awesome. I will also put a card up in the top part towards the end of the video to get to that. But as you saw, one of the prompts was to use a stencil. And this right here is actually one of our very, very first stencils that we made on the Cricut.
I know, and I love it.
Yeah, it really, it was sort of a mishap because it didn't turn out exactly as we had planned. But man, we have been using that. Oh, P does. She uses quite a bit. Obviously, you can see with the paint on it. And it's kind of pretty.
Well, it is. It's very, very, very layered. It started out as a drawing, and I spent a lot of time making all those little circles.
Oh, yes.
And whatnot.
And whatnot. And then I spent quite a bit of time cleaning it up. And whatnot. So you saw me cleaning up the ambition word, which, you know, don't get too attached to that ambition, because we're going to come in and cover it up with a bit of motivation. So just to kind of speak towards that, ambition was the word that Kari chose in her with her rolling of the dice. That was one of the prompts. And I like the word. P does not. She finds some negativity towards the word ambition.
Well,
she just sees people being thrown under a bus of ambition.
I think it's a fine word. I don't have any problem, but I don't think that it necessarily is.
Look at all that spray. Are you proud?
I am proud.
Like this is not my comfort zone. This is usually what P's doing, like in some booth with, you know, wrapped around her desk, or doesn't care, and it just is everywhere. Notice I was cleaning up as I went. And by the way, the bird and ambition were printed out. I did a little layout because that's what I do, and I like, you know, because I do print things out and love typesetting. But I printed it out on just photo paper. And then this red paper that you see that I ran through the embosser there is, well, one of them, okay, the feathers was actually a red cardstock, kind of a, had a little bit of texture to it, almost linen-like or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what I did there. And then you saw me kind of cleaning up the edges, but once again, really, you know, don't get too attached to these words, because I even noticed that you got rid of my artistic alignment.
I just thought that was kind of
dippy.
La-di-da.
Tell you what, she's kind of judgy sometimes.
It just
like I might feel it all inspired,
it
I'm
just
like,
didn't work with my layout there, because I wanted my feathers to go the other way, so they were going to cover it up anyway. I needed more space, you know, to do my Dalmatian thing.
Your Dalmatian thing. So yeah. Artistic alignment had to go. They didn't align with the artistic Dalmatian.
They did not.
Well, and I liked the alliteration. So once we were getting rid of ambition, artistic alignment wasn't nearly as motivating, I guess.
No, it wasn't. Didn't go with motivation at all.
And just to bring in a little bit more of that blue, we decided to break up the red, and in the prompts, the blue was kind of one of the accent colors. So I came in with the Chocola acrylic markers, which I always say I love them, and I do. They work quite well. And kind of just went over a little bit of the feather part. And I thought it turned out pretty good. Mm-hmm. I was very pleased with that look. Needed more of the blue, so brought in a bit more of that spray. And what's funny is that seafoamy kind of color is actually food spray, like for cake making and whatnot.
I guess you could lick it.
It is edible. Don't recommend it. I mean, I haven't. I've smelt it. I've smelt it.
And is it?
It doesn't really.
No, it's kind of neutral.
Well, and at this point, it also has it has been mixed with some shimmer spray, so I
well,
would highly recommend not eating it.
yeah, no licking.
No licking, no licking the spray. We chuckle, but around here we're constantly telling Izzy not to eat something or put it in her mouth. So I wanted the texture, which ended up also being covered up quite a bit.
I left a hint.
A hint. I used that little ink pad to distress it a bit, or I don't know. What do you call that technique? Because it just rubbing it across the top of the texture part.
So you just hit the
highlights. Yeah. And that paper is some of that. I think it's. I can't remember the brand. It's Curious Line Kari's one, and I think it's a Nina paper. If you really are kind of like into papers, like I am, Nina is the brand. The line of paper is Curious, and then it's like Skins or something like that. Anyway, it feels really cool. You know what I mean?
It's a nice hand.
Yeah, it's soft. And there used to be back in the day one called like Touch. I don't know if that paper line's around or that line of paper. Can't remember who the manufacturer is.
Are these some of those kind of suede?
Yes, the suede.
Yeah. I really.
They're
love
so
those.
cool.
Now
they emboss beautifully.
The only downside is they're not very. They catch things. The dark colors.
Oh yeah.
I mean your fingerprints.
And glue. Like
oil.
You've got to be real.
Okay, here we go. Now we're going.
He has taken over.
Yeah, literally.
She says, "Can I? I was like, fine. I don't care."
Okay, the reason I did.
And then I was like, you totally just like ripped it out of there.
Well, I didn't. I was very tentative at first, and then I thought, what the heck?
Yeah, look at her. Use that tool. Just.
That's another clay tool.
Who knew that clay tools would come in so handy with our paper crafting?
There's some of that.
Yeah.
Dense black.
Well, anyway, on that bird, I found that on the internet, and then I did some work to it. And I figured since I wasn't selling this and it was for personal use, that was
well. I
acceptable.
tried to sort of duplicate the stripes on the bird with the little stenciling that I did on the piece that you see there, and that's a brayer off.
Mm-hmm. The murdery stuff. Mm-hmm. I noticed that actually. And then what's so funny is Kari, she chimed in about the murdery thing. She's like, yeah, that red was a little murdery on our video. So if you want to know what we're talking about, it's the clown spread. If you're new to the channel and want to check that one out, that particular brayer off paper that she put the stripes on is used in another project.
And see, I'm trying to figure out something to do down there because
to break up that blop at the bottom.
Yeah.
It kind of bothered me too.
And so these are just little pieces of brayer off that I just put down there to. I don't. They're not going to have any. They mostly get covered up anyway.
Yeah, I know. We're always chuckling about like, well, man, if you're gonna do all that work, don't cover it up. But here she is covering up all my work.
I'm not covering all of it up. Some of it's still peeking through.
Still peeking through. Peeking, indicating small amounts. What is the definition of peeking?
Just thought that, that.
And see, I came back in while you were cleaning your brushes, I think, and put the PM.
Oh, I know, and it was really not. I really needed it to be a little bit different, but I worked around it.
Oh. Well, gee, I appreciate. Oh, Izzy's helping. See, everybody pitched in. That's how we journal. It's a family affair.
And
so I would love to say that I saw Pete missed the one last little thing, which was gluing down motivation. But there it is.
There it is.
She was having some phone difficulties, but she's working through it. You recorded all that. I'm very proud of you.
I know.
And look at this.
Look at that, and I even held it up to the camera.
Yeah. Look at it, look at it, look at it. All right, guys, if you are finding value in this video, please like, subscribe, and do all that stuff. Like I said, like the video, leave us a comment.
And don't forget to ring the bell.
And check out Kari's channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.